We got a lot of guys in the room. Specifically 4 guys that have played a lot of football for us, that have played, all the way from the beginning of the season last year all the way through to the end of the season last year. Those guys that have experience, I mean, their expectations are the same as are mine, and the guys that are beneath them know that in order to break that and become part of that fold, that they have to execute at the same level. They have to make as many plays as those guys do, and they need to be on par with those guys for anyone to enter that group. So to answer your question, yes, we're on par for the same type of deals last year. We just got to get over this big block. Coach Freeze emphasized. I'm sure you guys have talked to him. This block 3 is really important. Okay, it's hotter than it's been. We've been hitting each other for weeks. It's the same. We says we've had 2 blocks at camp, but we had OTAs before that. So we've been hitting each other, and in the summer before, it's been a lot of ball that we played. It's starting to get hot. We need to dig our cleats in the ground, and we need to finish plays, finish periods. 6-play drive, we need to have good knee bend, finish square on the tackle when we're hot, when we're tired. For Sneed, it's helped him immensely, okay? Because for Sneed, with the weight came his square base and the ability to take on blockers and to be able to squeeze the space and not have his feet tied up and falling over and top heavy. So with Sneed, that's what I saw, was your ability now. You're not just blitzing and going like this. I'm blitzing and posting and squeezing the space out of that thing. That's how it's shown for Sneed. For Jaiden, he's a guy that, to be honest with you, whether he's 215 or 230, sometimes it's hard to tell which one he is. But because he just carries the weight so well. But for Jaiden, it's knockback in his tackles. It's okay, Jaiden. You're in the right spot. You can fly around. You float. You're one of the guys we call an eraser. But now we got to make sure that I got to take on a tight end, and the tackle's right here. That guy's going that way, and that's not 2nd and 4. That's Jaiden's big thing, and that's what the weight has allowed him to do.
Yeah, I think the first thing is leadership. Leadership and presence. Those guys have played a lot of football, played a lot of games. Obviously, both of them are very, very talented. Malachi brings another threat for us into the boundary. He's a big target, really good in contested catch situations, and so we'll try to make it tough on defenses. And then Will is extremely quick and does a great job of getting separation in the slot, and so it's a good combination of guys to add to the guys that we have. I think all 3 of those guys have had a really good camp. Cam's coming along. He's made some big plays for us in practice, which has been really good to see. He's taking some steps forward. Logan's doing a really good job in the slot. Micah's done a really good job in the boundary, and I think having those older guys that have come in, and those guys have done an outstanding job of leading them and pushing them and getting them to raise their game. They're really excited about them. Both of those guys, they got a couple years under their belt. They're our most experienced guys, that have been here and know how things go, and so they're really good leaders for us in their own way, and so.